Have you ever felt like money avoids you, no matter how hard you try? Like it flows freely to others, but always finds a reason to skip your doorstep? Well, what if I told you there are just 7 simple words that, when spoken in secret, can shift everything? Words that align your energy with wealth. Words that carry a vibration so powerful, they've been quietly used by mystics, visionaries, and everyday people to attract money, fast. And here's the twist. This isn't about wishing or hoping. It's about tapping into a forgotten law of the mind. Something ancient, something potent, and something most people have no idea even exists. These 7 words, when said the right way and with the right intent, can trigger a chain reaction, one that brings unexpected cash, surprise deposits, and financial breakthroughs, sometimes within 24 hours. Sounds too good to be true? That's what many thought, until they tried it. In today's video, we'll reveal these 7 secret words. But not just that. We'll show you why they work, how to use them, and what you must never do if you want them to work for you. You'll also hear lesser-known truths about the hidden power of spoken words, truths that even science is starting to uncover. There are countless stories of people who tried this and received unexpected money in the most unusual ways. One woman whispered these words before bed, thinking nothing of it, only to wake up to a message saying she had won a random contest she forgot she even entered. Another man repeated them on his way to work and found a check in his mailbox later that day, a refund from a company that owed him money for months. Coincidence? Maybe. But when this keeps happening again and again, you start to realize something deeper is going on. This isn't about superstition. This is about energy, focus, and alignment. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact 7 words to say, the correct way and time to say them, why secrecy increases their power, and how to shift your energy to receive more than you ever expected. But don't skip ahead, because missing even one detail could break the entire flow. The real magic is in the method. So if you've been stuck financially, tired of trying everything with no results, and are ready for a method that's simple, powerful, and proven, stay with us till the end. Welcome to Bright Mind Within, the place where ancient wisdom meets modern results. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a secret like this again. Now, are you ready to speak your wealth into existence? Your mind is not just a place for thoughts, it's the starting point of your entire reality. Every belief, every emotion, every image you hold in your mind sends out a signal. And that signal shapes what you experience in the world. This isn't just a theory. It's something that ancient traditions and modern studies both agree on. What you consistently think and say begins to reflect in your outside world. If you constantly say, "I'm always broke," your life will mirror that belief. But when you shift those words, even slightly, you shift your energy. That's where the power of words comes in. Words are not empty sounds. They carry energy. They give form to your thoughts. When you speak them with intention, you give life to new possibilities. You turn invisible thoughts into vibrations that reach far beyond what you can see. Many people don't realize how often they sabotage their own abundance by using negative or doubtful words. But the reverse is also true. When you start using specific, powerful words, especially in secret, when your energy is calm, you create a direct link between your inner world and the money you wish to receive. And here's what's truly fascinating. There are countless reports of people who used this exact practice and saw results within hours. Sometimes it's a small unexpected payment. Sometimes a large sum appears from the most surprising source. The common thread? Focused energy, spoken words, and quiet belief. They didn't wish or beg. They didn't hustle harder. They simply aligned their energy, spoke the right words, and let the process unfold. When your words match the frequency of what you want, reality bends. You don't chase after money. You draw it in. Effortlessly. Silently. Powerfully. These 7 words are more than just affirmations. They are energetic commands. Each one is carefully chosen to activate a specific shift in your mindset and your vibration. When you say, "I am wealthy now," you're not just hoping for money. You're claiming it as your current state. Your mind starts to believe it's already true. And when that happens, your actions, emotions, and energy begin to follow. "Money flows to me" removes the idea that wealth is hard to get. It shifts your focus from effort to ease. You stop seeing money as something you chase, and instead, something that naturally finds its way to you. Then comes "I deserve abundance." These words are powerful because they target one of the biggest blocks people have, feeling unworthy. When you affirm your right to receive, you break years of mental programming that may have kept success away. "I receive unexpected money" opens the door for miracles. It allows your mind to relax, knowing that the money doesn't have to come from a job, a client, or a paycheck. It could come from anywhere. And often, it does. With "I am open to miracles," you remove resistance. You tell the universe you're ready. Not just for the expected, but for the magical. The impossible becomes possible. "This is easy for me" cancels out the belief that wealth takes struggle. You teach your subconscious that attracting money doesn't have to be hard. That it's safe and simple to receive. And finally, "Thank you, universe." These words seal the vibration with gratitude. Gratitude is the key that unlocks more. It tells the universe you've already received, and it responds by giving even more. To activate the full power of these words, timing and setting matter. It begins with finding a quiet moment, just you and your intention. No distractions. No noise. This is your space to connect with something deeper than thought. It doesn't need to be long, just calm and still. Once you're alone and centered, begin speaking the 7 words slowly. Don't rush. Let each phrase land fully. Feel them as you say them. Not just in your mouth, but in your body. Let the words echo in your heart. Feel what it's like to already be wealthy. To already have what you desire. As you say the words, bring your mind into a clear picture. See the money. See the number in your bank account. Imagine the cash in your hand, the message on your phone, the check with your name. Let it feel real. Let it feel done. The more vivid your imagination, the more real your energy becomes. This isn't about begging or wishing. It's about becoming the version of you who already has it. The one who knows that receiving money is normal, expected, and even fun. Do this practice once during the day, when your energy is fresh. And then again right before you fall asleep. That moment between waking and dreaming is powerful. Your mind is soft and open. The words you say before sleep sink deep into the subconscious. Say them like a whisper to your future. Say them with confidence. Not to test if it works, but because you know it does. And then, after you speak them, let go. Trust that the message has been heard. Trust that the shift has already begun. When you combine words with strong emotion, something powerful happens inside you. It's not just repetition anymore, it becomes belief. And belief is what breaks through doubt. Doubt lives in the mind, but emotion lives in the body. When you feel your words, you override the noise of disbelief. You stop questioning, and you start aligning. That's why these 7 words aren't just meant to be said, they're meant to be felt. When you speak them with emotion, your subconscious mind begins to accept them as truth. It doesn't argue. It doesn't reject. It simply follows the path your emotions create. And the subconscious is where real change begins. Once it accepts a new idea, it starts working quietly in the background. You may not notice it right away, but it begins searching. It notices things you ignored before. It brings you into situations that match your new belief. It connects the dots. It opens doors. It creates the pathway for money to reach you, sometimes in ways you never expected. That's why so many people report sudden financial surprises after doing this practice. On forums and Reddit threads, users talk about finding forgotten refunds, receiving surprise payments, even getting gifts from people they hadn't spoken to in months. They all say the same thing, they spoke the words, they felt them, and then something shifted. Some didn't believe at first. But when they let themselves feel it, when they dropped the doubt just long enough to try, thing began to change. Not over months. Sometimes within a day. Sometimes within hours. All because their energy matched the outcome before it even arrived. The emotion behind the words makes the difference. It's what turns a sentence into a magnet. It's what brings money out of nowhere and straight into your life. There was a woman who needed $200. Not for something extravagant, just to cover a few urgent bills. She had tried everything, calls, texts, asking around, but nothing worked. Then she came across this simple practice, 7 words, spoken in silence, paired with belief. At first, it felt silly. But she decided to try it anyway. She found a quiet spot, closed her eyes, and whispered the words. Slowly. Gently. Not with desperation, but with calm. She pictured the money already in her hand. She saw the number in her bank account. She didn't beg. She didn't stress. She simply felt it like it had already happened. Then she let it go. She went on with her day. Just a few hours later, she received a message from a distant cousin she hadn't spoken to in months. He was sending her exactly $200 as a thank you for something she'd helped him with a long time ago. She had forgotten all about it, but the money arrived right when she needed it. Stories like this aren't rare. They're everywhere once you start looking. People using the same method, saying the words, feeling the truth, and watching the universe respond. Some get unexpected checks. Others find money in places they never thought to look. A few even receive cash gifts from complete strangers. What all these stories have in common is the mindset shift. No one forced it to happen. No one chased the result. They let go of doubt and leaned into the feeling. That feeling, even if only for a minute, opened the door. The key wasn't effort. It wasn't action. It was alignment. Feeling the result is already real. That's when things start to change. That's when the money comes. Quietly, naturally, and sometimes faster than anyone expects. The most important part of this practice is what happens after you say the words. You have to believe it's working, even if you don't see anything yet. The change begins the moment you speak, not the moment you receive. That's where most people get it wrong. They look around and say, nothing's happening, and that doubt blocks the flow. But when you trust it's already moving, even before the evidence shows up, you stay in alignment. Gratitude plays a big role here. Not the kind you force, but the kind you feel when you know something good is already yours. Say thank you, not because you're hoping, but because you've received it energetically. Gratitude tells the universe you're ready. It tells your subconscious mind that there's nothing left to chase. It's already done. Sometimes, you won't see anything right away. That's okay. Don't panic. Don't spiral back into doubt. This is a process of planting and allowing. Just like a seed under the soil, things begin to shift. Before you see any proof. The worst thing you can do is judge the results too soon. The best thing you can do is keep going, quietly, calmly, confidently. And that's why repeating this daily matters. Each time you do it, your belief grows stronger. Each day, the doubt gets weaker. You build a rhythm. You build trust. And as that inner trust builds, your outer world starts to reflect it. This isn't about doing more. It's about doing it with presence. Each time you say the 7 words, say them like it's already done. Like the money is already there. Like the miracle has already arrived. That quiet certainty is what draws it to you. Again and again. Say these 7 words in secret, right now. Feel them. Believe them. And then, just let it go. We challenge you, come back and tell us what happens in the next 24 hours. You might be surprised at how fast things begin to shift. Drop your results in the comments, we read every single one. Your story could inspire someone else to try this powerful method too. And if this video helped you feel more aligned, more hopeful, or just a little more powerful, like this video to let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to Bright Mind Within so you never miss the tools, truths, and hidden wisdom that can change your life. We're here to guide you. The rest is already in motion.